So let's look into this problem. This problem is longest consecutive sequence. Okay, you are given unsorted array of integers. Say the integers are unsorted. You have to return the length of longest consecutive sequence. So here, what is the consecutive sequence? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So this is the consecutive sequence. What is the length? 4. That's what you have to return. Okay. So you have to write an algorithm in order of n time. Okay. So which means that you have to traverse the loop only once. Okay. So we don't know whether that array might contain duplicates. So first thing what you can do is you can convert to a set. Okay. So you can convert to a set so that the duplicates are removed. In the sets, duplicates will be removed, right? So, and then one thing what you can do is you have to find the start of the sequence, right? Any sequence, right? You have to find start of the sequence, and then you have to find whether consecutive numbers are there or not. Okay. For example, if you take 100, right? This is the first number. You have to check is the start of the sequence or not. How you check? If 99 is present in the array in the now it's a set, right? So if the 99 is present in the set already, then it is not start of the sequence. 99 will be the start of the sequence. Okay, but here 199 is not present. So what you can do is, if it might be start of the sequence. So we have to count the sequence. How will count the sequence? If 101 is there, then you count 1. If 102 is there, then count 2. So you have to count the number of elements in the sequence. In this, there is only one element in the sequence. So the count will be the length of the longest will be 1. Okay. And what I can do is you can store this length. We can keep track of the longest sequence in some variable. Longest. Okay, let's it be 0. So longest will be always the biggest of these two. Okay. So second thing is you convert to a set. You have to loop through all the elements. Okay. If that particular element is start of a sequence, if it is start of a sequence, then you have to run another loop to find the length of the sequence. How will you find the length of the sequence? You have to find whether 101 is there or not. Then increment the length. Initially, if it is start of the sequence, length will be 1. Right? If 101 is there, then length will be 2. 102 is there, length will be 3. Like that, in this loop, count it. Count the length of that sequence. Okay. And then what you have to check? Once the loop is done, you have found the length of the sequence. And check whether whichever is greater. Suppose here the length is 1. For 100, the length is 1. Right? So in this, what is big? You have to assign the longest to max of length comma longest. Okay, here you have to find whichever is max, right? In this, so once you find the length is 1, right? You have found now the length of this sequence, right, is only 1 because 101 is not there. And in this, what is bigger? In longest and length, what is big? Length is big. You assign that to it is max of length comma longest. Both think what is max? 1 is max. That will be assigned to longest. So your longest will become 1. Then you go to 4. 4 is start of a sequence. No, 3 is there. So you do not do anything. Go to the next number. 200. 200 is is a start of a sequence because 199 is not there. But 201 itself is not there. So length will be only 1. Right? And then you go to 1. 0 is there, 0 is not there. So this might be start of a sequence. Okay, so this loop will check for whether 2 is there or not. 2 is there, length will be incremented. You increment the length here. And then you check for 3. 3 is there, length will be incremented. Length will become 3 now. And then you check for 4. 4 is there, length will be incremented. Length is 4. And you check for 5. 5 is not there. So you come out of the loop. And then what is the longest max of length and longest? What is longest is 1. Length is 4. In this max is what? 4. 4 will be assigned to longest. Right? And then you go to 3. 3 is not start of a sequence because 2 is there. You go to 2. 2 is not start of a sequence because 1 is there. The loop is done. You return the longest. Okay, so the first step is to convert the given integer to a set. Okay, to convert that to a set, the first thing you have to do is, because the set, right, all the hash set, you cannot pass primitive data type like int, right? You have to pass the integer class only. So I have to convert this integer int array to a class integer array. So only then, only if I convert it, I can convert that to a set. Okay. So to how to convert to a integer array from a int array. So for that, what I'm doing is, first I'm converting this given array to a stream of numbers. Okay, this is how you convert to a stream of numbers. So stream is nothing but a function in array class. It will convert to a stream of numbers. The reason why we convert to this stream of numbers is we can use, once you convert to a stream of numbers, we can use some APIs in the stream class. Okay, so first I'm converting into a stream of numbers, then I'm calling boxed. This boxed will convert int to integer. That is what this box will do. Okay, so the stream of numbers is converted to integer. Then I'm converting the stream of integers to an array by calling toArray method. Okay, there I have to pass what array, what the data type of array. This is integer array and double colon new. So this complete thing will return me a integer array from the int array. Okay, so once I convert to this, I am converting that to a list. I am converting the integer array to a list and I am creating a hash set. Okay, and when I create a hash set, I have to assign to a variable. For that, I have to create the variable type is hash set and the value is integer. Now I have created a list of numbers from the list of int array to a hash set. Okay, so as I told you the logic, you have to loop through all the elements in the hash set. Okay, so each element will come to val, and if the previous number is not there, right, that means it is the start of the sequence. Okay, so if the previous number is not there, right, val minus 1 is not there, it's the start of a sequence. Now I have to count the length of the sequence. So first initially the length will be 1, and if it has the next number, right, length is 1, so val plus 1 it has, then suppose I come to 1, right, so it has 2, okay, then I count length plus plus, so it will be 2. Okay, length will be 2. Now val plus length, 1 plus 2, 3. It has 3? Yeah, it has 3. So again length plus plus. So I am counting the length of that particular sequence. Once I count the length of the sequence, if it is greater than the, what is the longest, initially it is 0. If the current sequence length is greater than the previous sequence length, right, then I am assigning that to the longest. So the longest variable will always keep track of the longest sequence. Okay, and then after this loop ends, this variable will contain the length of the longest sequence, because there can be any number of sequence will be there. Okay, we need to we need to track the length of the longest sequence. So finally what I do, I just return the longest. This is the length of the longest sequence. Okay, so let's submit it and see if it works. Yeah, this works.